Damn it, I hit the recording just a little bit too late there. I missed you saying I only judge it if it's too small or whatever it was.
I said I'm going to judge it if it's too small.
You size queen.
I'm not a size queen. Any size is fine with me.
We're talking about hard drives, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Hi, welcome to the Antisocial Gamers podcast. You are here with myself, Robert, and this is probably the first time I've actually opened the podcast. So
yeah, lazy.
Welcome. And with me today is my lovely effervescent co-host.
Effervescent.
Effervescent.
What are you talking about? I put on deodorant.
That's not what effervescent means.
Oh, never mind then.
But
yes, I'm here.
Alas, my lovely co-host.
Are you gonna...
Nathan.
Yeah, thank you. You got to the name eventually. That's the important part. Hello, viewers. Welcome back to another heavily delayed episode of the Antisocial Gamers podcast. We are very, very sorry about the delay of this episode. To put it simply, I work a day job and Robert works a night job.
Yeah, I'm so
well, that's
sorry.
Grand. And also, Robert can't peel himself away from his fucking phone.
It's not my fault that I'm so popular. But yes, alas, our schedules really don't match.
No, unfortunately. And we do have to meet up to get this recorded properly. I've turned this down a little bit. I hope the audience at home can notice that. But yeah,
they probably will.
See, now it looks too... Fuck it. They'll get what they deserve.
You can turn it up yourself, lazy.
Very sorry about the audio quality. If it's sounding a bit echoey, it's because I recently moved and we haven't quite finished decorating the room yet. So it's
still rather echoey.
Yeah, it's a little bit echoey, so I'm very sorry about the audio quality, but hopefully you can hear us just fine and you can enjoy our dulcet tones.
What does dulcet tones actually mean? I've heard other people use dulcet tones. What does dulcet, mean?
I'll get on level with you, Robert. I don't actually know. Yeah. It just sounds like a smart word.
How dare you?
Thank you for unmasking me for the fool I truly am. I quit.
No, it's because I've heard freaking... Oh, God.
Fucking?
Danny and Aaron use dulcet tones before.
It's okay.
We spoke about Game Grumps.
Gum Grumps.
Gum Grumps.
Too much.
Fuck. I think the last podcast we went an entire episode without talking about Game Grumps.
Yeah, it was wonderful. We didn't even mention the fact that we didn't talk about it.
Oh my god!
Although I think that's pretty much ruined now. But yes, we have... Oh boy, do we have an episode for you today, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have that much planned, frankly. Yeah, we've been away for 5 weeks, I think it's been.
It has not been 5 weeks.
No, not quite 5. I think again it's been a 4-week break, but we are trying to get on some sort of schedule to try and make this a regular thing again. We are sorry. Sue us. Don't sue us. We don't have that much money left.
I barely have enough money to...
Oh, yeah. He's homeless.
Shut up! Don't tell the internet I'm homeless.
Oh, sorry, he's not homeless. He has a beautiful home underneath a bridge.
I have a place to live currently. I just don't have anywhere to live that is currently in my name.
Sad times. So if you want to donate to the Patreon...
No, shut...
We don't have a Patreon, so it's okay.
Don't make fun of other internet people on the podcast.
I will not.
That's...
Patreon is a perfectly valid way of earning money. I'm not... See, now people are going to listen to that and think I'm being sarcastic. No, I think Patreon's a wonderful idea.
I thought you were being sarcastic.
I'm not being sarcastic.
I'm sorry, I just took you for a sarcastic person, Nathan.
Well, maybe. Oh, look at me, I'm a sarcastic person.
You are.
But yes, I suppose, it's been 4 weeks, and again, every time.
Has it actually been 4 weeks?
Let me double check, because it was the 28th that we uploaded the last podcast.
Oh my god, yeah. I feel like a piece of shit.
Yeah, so it's been 1, 2, 3... Yeah, on, Saturday it would be...
It's been 3.5 weeks.
Oh, yeah. So we're very, very sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god, I didn't even realise it's been that long since we did a podcast. I'm so sorry, everyone.
But per tradition, whenever we take a miniature break...
Lots of shit
happens.
Yes!
Well, I wouldn't say lots of shit happened this time, but a few things happened that are very, very big news to us.
To us, yeah.
Yeah, one thing that I think we should discuss, because it was mentioned in the previous episode, is Hideo Kojima.
Oh.
Okay, so it has been confirmed that Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain will be his last game.
Dun dun dun.
Which... I don't really know how to react to that because I love Metal Gear Solid through 1 to 3. Number 4, when it came out, I don't want to play it, and I still don't want to play it. Number 5, I don't really want to play it. You know, it's not for any fault of Hideo Kojima, I just think it's because, really, the game's not... It's not quite what I... Looking at it, it's not quite what I fell in love with those original games, because with the original games, it's a case of wandering around a place that became very familiar. Metal Gear Solid 4 looked like, you know, you went all over the world to different places, and the scenery just kept changing. I couldn't grow any form of... It's going to sound weird, but attachment to the level design, as it were.
Yeah.
You know, even in Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3, you know, they had the big shell, you had Russian forests. You could get familiar with the locations. You could, oh, I know if I go through this door, I'll get to this place. You know, Metal Gear Solid 4, it doesn't look like I'd know where the fuck I was going, and that really upsets me.
Yeah, like, I think something that always happens with games that have been around since, like, their humble beginnings, and then come on to, like, AAA titles, is that kind of level design has increased vastly in, like, size.
Yeah.
Because due to, like, limitations and whatever, the level designs that you fell in love with, like, it was a fact that you had to constantly go around the same area because they probably couldn't fit more levels onto one place. But now there's so much space that they can use. They create these huge, diverse worlds, and lately, something that AAA gamers fucking keep doing is keep making these open world things. Like, they want, like, it's what people ask for, but I fucking hate open world because...
Okay, I'm glad that you started with that, because I want to say something to the same degree, because I love open world games, but that's not because those games are open world. They're, you know, I love Skyrim, I love Fallout, I love those sort of exploration games.
Yeah, but they're designed around it.
Yeah, exactly.
Some other games are adapting it, and it's not what their game was about to begin with.
A game that I can't believe I have to argue with so many people about as to why I don't like the idea of it being open world. Burnout. In my mind, racing games should not be open world.
No.
It feels uncomfortable. It feels awkward having to drive to my own races. I've been, as I said, I moved house recently. I've been without internet for like 20 odd days. I've been playing Burnout 3 almost non-stop, because that is one of my favourite games. Honestly, it's so fun. And I just play that, and I think, if this was open world, if I had to drive to every mission and every level, I would fucking hate this game.
It's just tedious. It becomes like fucking mail delivery. Some sort of...
Mail delivery?
I don't know. Some sort of, like, really small...
Postman Pat Simulator 2012, yeah.
I'm trying to think of the actual word, but it's not coming to me. So...
Tedious is a fine word.
Tedious is what it's
boring.
Going to be. It becomes like a to-do list. Like, you need to go to this place and then do this. It's like an MMORPG now. Like, don't make it an MMORPG. If I want to play an MMORPG, I would log on to my laptop, play Final Fantasy XIV.
How's your kitty character coming along?
I'm homeless.
Oh.
I haven't been able to play it for like a month.
So is your Naruto ripoff? I'd love to see Square Enix combat that. Just a Final Fantasy game where you play a homeless kitty boy.
But
destined to save the world from the streets.
Well, but yeah, I haven't had time to actually play Final Fantasy XIV.
No, that's a shame. But going back to the idea of sort of MMOing open world game sort of thing, one of the other games that I've been playing a lot of during my internet downtime is Saints Row 2. Now, Saints Row 2 is a game that it's right there. We're looking at it right now. That's wonderful for the audience to know.
This is the one that happened before, like, Saints Row 3, where they get...
Yes, like, Saints Row 2 came before Saints Row 3.
Shut up, you asshole. I mean, this is before, like, they started having superpowers and whatever, right?
Yeah. This is, with Saints Row 2, basically, everyone was singing its praises after it came out, but I've been a poor little boy for a long time. But, recently I bought it used for £2.50, which is a bloody good deal. And I've been having so much fun with it. The only issue that I honestly have with it is...
it's open world. Ha!
It's not necessarily because it's open world, but basically I like games, and anyone who's watched my YouTube channel would know this, that where it gives you a certain level of fuck about.
Oh, yeah.
The sort of fuck about sort of room. It gives you a bit of leg room when it comes to that.
Well, I mean...
With some games, though, when promotes that, it makes me feel a little bit, oh, well, now, I'm just doing what the game wants me to do again. And Saints Row 2 has a bit of an issue with that. For example, to actually do missions, you have to fill a respect bar.
Oh, yeah.
And, every time you fill that bar, you can play one mission. To fill your respect bar, you have to fuck around.
Yeah.
And it's just... Sometimes I sat there and, granted I will, run around for flamethrowers setting fire to old ladies or, hurl myself off a building to land on cars and things like that and kidnap people. I'll just do that for fun. But, when I'm playing missions and I want to just see a bit more of the story, it becomes a bit of an arse.
It's what I said before. It becomes like a to-do list. You need it becomes super tedious, and you need to fulfill a certain amount of objectives before you can do this.
It's like,
I don't want a game to lock me out of content. I want all the content to be available to me and for me to choose when to go there.
It's like when I'm sat down thinking, okay, to do the mission I either have to set myself on fire and set as many people on fire as I can, or I can impersonate this police officer, or I can commit insurance fraud, or I can try to drive their fucking useless helicopters again. It feels like, I'm just sort of sat down like, okay, I've got my chore list, I should wash up, I need to hoover the floors, I need to clean the cat, I need to cook the cat.
Side note, that's a fucked up to-do list if you're setting yourself on fire and other people, and et cetera,
It's what the game wants you to do, not me.
Also, Saints Row 2 dildo sword.
That's Saints Row 3, I believe.
No, my brother had Saints Row 2, and I
Fair
had
enough.
a dildo sword.
I've not unlocked the dildo sword if it is in Saints Row 2.
There must be a dildo sword.
I know there is definitely one in Saints Row 3.
I thought there was one in Saints Row 1 as well. So
That
it was
I'm not aware. I
thing.
know you could get that in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Oh no.
Where there was a cheat that would basically make you in a latex suit with a giant dildo, and you can go around attacking people.
That sounds like my Saturday night. It's a joke.
So the next topic...
It's a joke, Nathan!
Don't
look at me like that!
So, while we're on the subject of you, this is going to go great.
Oh, no.
One thing I do want to talk about is the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Oh.
Which was... Well, it's not been announced, but basically Universal Studios have bought... I believe it's Universal. Have bought the rights to make a movie of Five Nights at Freddy's. And what I thought, fun thing that we could do is...
oh, God.
As everyone knows, Robert, you're an upcoming Hollywood actor.
What?
Yeah, you're an actor now. What I'm thinking is, it's only just been... they've only just obtained the rights. So what I'm thinking is, we could make up scripts to hand into Universal, and we'll get you to star in them. Make you a bigger name in the Hollywoods, and one day you'll get on Ellen.
Okay.
Right. So
I've had no prior knowledge of this.
Let's just draft out a script.
Oh shit.
Okay. So what I'm imagining, is that you play a retired military man. We'll put it like that. You are old. You are grizzled. You are.
Yeah, that definitely suits my personality and looks.
Yeah, and you are. You're divorced from your wife, who is Bonnie. And
Bonnie?
the
robot.
Yeah, the robot Bunny. And you are.
Am I a human?
Yeah, and you have a daughter who is Chica.
Okay.
From Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Chica, she goes abroad with her friend Foxy. They get kidnapped, and you make a telephone call, right, to the people who kidnapped Chica and Foxy.
Do I have
and
a
you
very
say to
special set
them,
of skills?
Yeah, you do. And you say to them, "I will locate you." And this is okay. This part's going to be on all the fucking t-shirts. I will locate you, and I will make you not alive. How's that for a fucking trailer? And basically, I've not worked up a title yet, but your character's going to be called Neil Leeson. Do you like that idea? Do you think we can hand that into Universal and they'll take it?
I think that the title should be Tuken.
Tuken?
Tuken.
I like that.
Tuken.
Five Nights at Tuken.
Fucking Christ. Nathan broke me. Oh,
I'm
God.
so happy. Can you tell? I thought of this idea to make a script for Five Nights at Freddy's 2 weeks ago. Panicked on the way home today when I thought of nothing and just said, fuck it, I'll rip off Taken.
Oh my God.
I think that went well.
You are so fucking proud of yourself.
Yeah. I'm almost as proud of myself as when I did the Tony Blackburn impression last time.
You know what? That's That's quick for you.
Thank you. Fuck you. I just realised what you were doing, so thank you. But, okay.
Reference to older podcasts. You better watch them, you motherfucker.
On some sort of semi-serious note,
oh no.
what could come of a Five Nights at Freddy's movie? Because I think I might have discussed on the podcast before, if it were to be a movie, I can imagine it would basically be a combination between, like, the Saw movies and Night at the Museum. Which is also another film you should star in. Night at the Saw Museum.
Night at the Saw Museum?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's a museum about all the Saw, like, contraptions, and then at night, like, they
well,
all come to life, and...
Well, actually, I was thinking it'd be more of a documentary, just, like, you know, walk around a dusty old museum talking to people about the different styles of saws that have been invented throughout the years. Still exciting. Basically, your character's called Neil Leeson.
Oh, God.
And halfway through the film, it turns out that your wife and daughter have been kidnapped. And we call it Tuken 2.
You know what? You are so original. You should, like, make sure... No. Actually, like, on a serious note, you need to make sure that you get, like, the rights for that story. So
I
no one else
I should probably just
it.
not upload this podcast.
Yeah, because...
Not for reasons of copyright, just in general.
You're giving Universal Studios ideas, they'll rip you off.
Yeah, I better copyright that before
Yeah, make sure you register it as a trademark. I have nothing... that's probably the wrong thing, but, you know, fuck you, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm all tuckered out after that.
Are you all tucking out?
I'm all tucking out. Yeah, that's pretty much all the ideas I had for this week. You could just end this now, really.
Oh,
but
really?
No, yeah, if there were to be a movie, because what can you... Honestly, how do you get, like, 2 hours of footage out of that sort of idea?
If I was... This is going to be cynical Robert mode, right? Like, in my mind, if a large film studio has taken this idea, they're just going to turn it into some cheap horror film where they're focused on jump scares, which, I mean, that's what the game was, but but it's not going to have, like, a substantial story. It's going to be more like, oh, 3 friends went into a... thought it would be hilarious to, like, camp out overnight at a locked pizzeria. Little did they know that the animatronics would come to life.
Yeah, I'm writing this down, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's a black guy, right?
Whoa, hang on.
No,
Okay.
no. There's a black guy, there's a white guy, and then there's this, like, girl who was always timid about the experience. She was like, oh no, we shouldn't go in there. But the guy was like, what are you, chicken? And then they go in, because she wants male validation. Because feminism.
Right.
And then the black guy dies first.
Oh no.
Because, you know, horror films.
Okay.
And then the guy and the girl, they're like locked in a cupboard and they're like hiding from, I don't know, Chica. And the girl's like, I'm so scared. And the man pulls her close in.
You don't actually have to hold me.
And then they kiss. And then they have sex. And then, you know, Chica finds them and kills the man, and then the virgin girl is the only one that gets out alive. So
hang on, okay. So the virgin girl, after she has sex,
no, she tried to have sex.
Okay.
They were going to get sex.
She got it wrong. She didn't know what to do, so she tried putting it in her eye.
They were getting hot and heavy.
Oh, right. Then Chica appeared. And then total cock blocker.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the guy was shoved into a suit, and then she was the only one that got out alive because it was 6 a.m.
Okay. I grant you, I like the idea. Very good. Great inclusion of a black person.
Right?
I really enjoy that. One small amendment.
Oh, God.
At some point, can the white guy make a telephone call, because someone kidnapped his daughter, right? And he says, I will locate you, and I will unalive you. Eh?
Yes.
Sure.
And we could call the film Tuken 3.
Tuken 3. Does that sound too close to Tekken? Do you think Namco Bandai will sue us?
Oh my god, we should create a company called Bamco Namtai.
Banco Namtai. Why? Just apropos of nothing.
No, we'll make the company and then produce video games.
called Tucken Free.
Tucken. And like
just start with number 3.
Saruto Nippuden. Where you fight as like these dog ninjas. I'm trying to come up with ideas, and I'm not as funny as Nathan.
But okay, going back to it, if they, I hope they put some form of money and idea behind it, because what I'm hoping is essentially, again, going back to Night in the Museum, but it will be a half and half film of sort of like go through the night period, trying to survive desperately. During the day, try, instead of sleeping like a normal human being, we're trying to desperately uncover the secrets that lie beneath this haunted pizzeria. But thinking about it now, they will just do, a classic slasher movie, but with animatronics, because that's so easy, it's so cheap.
Yeah, and it's easy, it'll make money. Also, I'm really worried your foot is just
it's going crazy. Yeah, sorry.
It is vibrating.
Yeah, sorry. I'm full of energy. I have to
like my mum's top drawer vibrating like my mum's top
Is it from a phone call? No, okay.
It's from her mobile phone.
Yeah.
Because her daughter was
kidnapped. And her name is Niall Leeson.
Niall Leeson!
Okay, we're running that joke into the ground. It's no longer funny. That's fine.
I mean, our one listener thought it was funny once, and then the second time they heard it, they were like, fucking Jesus Christ. Alright, beat a dead horse.
That's another idea for a film I could do for you.
Where you beat a dead horse?
Yeah. Just for 2 hours.
There's nothing else to the film. It's just a person hitting a dead horse.
Yeah, it starts off really aggressive, like you're shouting at it, you bastard, you killed my daughter. But towards like the end, you're just crying as your hands are bloodied from wearing the baseball bat. No practical effects, it's all real.
And then like at the end, he just like kind of like punches it softly, and then just stops,
and then cuts to black.
And then it says at the end, R.I.P. Niall Leeson.
Niall Leeson. Oh, I'm touched.
It's beautiful. Oh my god.
We're sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We're taking on a bit of an emotional journey at the moment, but
I am truly.
But essentially, I think we've got like a quintology of films down now.
Oh my god.
We've got Tuken 1, 2, 3, and 4 now. I know, we're all choked up. We might have to...
I'm ready to receive my Oscar now.
Yeah. I think this is going to be great. You will get your Oscar. It will be personally handed to you by Leonardo DiCaprio, who says you deserve this more than I.
And then I'll take it and spit in his face and be like, where's yours, Leo?
I think we've used all the energy we had now. Okay, so is there anything else you want to discuss about Five Nights at Freddy's movie?
No. I think it's going to be reduced to a cheap slasher.
Yeah. Do you think that Scott Cawthon's going to actually make any more games now that he's essentially rolling into dough?
If he's smart, he's going to give it up now.
Yeah.
But he might return to his roots and make a good Christian game.
A good Christian game about a logging company with creepy-eyed beavers.
Oh, he could make it about a logging company, right? And it's run by this grizzled old man. And he... No, bear with me.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, so bear with him, okay.
No, bear with me, alright. So he's married to this girl, and their relationship is quite rocky because he's got some, like... old experiences kind of keeping him held back about what he's doing with his life, and his daughter's coming of age.
Yeah,
she wants to fly the nest, but she doesn't quite know where to go. So her dad's like, oh, you know what, you go to Cornwall on
Cornwall.
Yeah, No, because...
My dear daughter, take an exotic trip to Cornwall. That's an Irish accent, by the way.
But he's not comfortable with her, like, flying on a plane and going so far away. So he makes a compromise with her, and he's like, oh, you know what? You can go to Cornwall on vacation.
Right.
Like, so she goes to Cornwall, and she gets Tuken!
Oh, Tuken. Okay. And is that the end of the film?
Yeah.
Okay. No closure, just go to Cornwall, taken, end. We never know what happened to her.
What the fuck are you playing with?
These are some zip-up headphones that I'm playing with.
That is messed up.
I know, they're a cool idea, but they suck. They're like terrible sound quality.
They should attach to an actual hoodie and be used as a real, zipper.
I can imagine that being very impractical.
Fuck you.
We're just not even bothering with the podcast anymore, are we?
No, I am totally invested in this podcast.
Okay, so yeah, if Scott Cawthon is smart, I don't think he should make another game, but if he's smart, he will release it before the movie is.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because
as soon as the movie's released, everyone's gonna be like, "Fucking Five Nights at Freddy's." Man.
If the film is good, he can't make a game without it being too closely resembled to the movie. And if the movie's bad, the name is sullied forever.
Yes.
So I hope those millions and millions of dollars that he's earned through the games and will do through the movie have kept him comfortable for life.
Or it could do the reverse. Like, it could gain a meme effect.
Right.
Where everyone loves it, like, ironically.
Oh, no.
But, like...
What, the film?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
And then make him rich beyond his wildest fucking dreams.
The only thing that sort of makes me hope that it's not like a slasher movie is because, you know, how many slasher movies are there where there are, like, five assailants and 3 normal human beings who are being attacked?
Well, you don't quite know which version of Five Nights at Freddy's they're going to use. If they only...
True.
If they use the new kind of one, there'd only be one.
You know what might happen? You know what the film might be about?
Maybe it's a prequel.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's going to...
killing of the children.
It could start in the original, like, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza or whatever it was called. And it will, you know, the story will revolve around the mother of the first child to be taken. And, she's looking into it. She, you know, her husband is a detective and she's getting in... I'm not copying another film. Stop pulling that face of me. What are you laughing about?
It's okay, keep going.
Fuck off. This is a genuinely good idea. Stop mocking my art. And, yeah, she's, she's investigating. She's looking into all the staff and... You know, she finds out who the killer is, and, like, she chases him down, like, with a knife. And says, "You killed my daughter," and then all of a sudden, the animatronic comes alive and tears his head off. The end.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
That's amazing.
Why? Stop mocking me.
I was waiting for the Tuken 6.
For fuck's sake, there is not going to... First of all, we haven't even discussed number 5 yet.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, was that the Cornwall one?
Yeah.
Okay. Neil Leeson's running out of daughters, so I don't think we can do a 6 on. I think he'll just stop breeding after a while.
He's like, what's the fucking point? It should be taken. I mean, Tuken.
Yeah, just...
Don't sue us.
Just leave the baby at the hospital, dear. There's no point. Okay. Oh, well, this is all kinds of glorious so far. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christmas. We have to fill out another half an hour and we have like 2 topics left. That's bad.
You just spoiled everything. Spoiler alert.
What? Okay, fine. Fuck it. Okay, so the only other one thing that I really want to talk about is there's been another Guitar Hero game announced called I believe it's Guitar Hero Live or Lives or something like that.
Question.
Yeah.
Does it have Carry On My Wayward Son on its playlist?
I don't know. That's not been announced yet.
It better.
It's not been announced yet. And Carry On My Wayward Son was done in one of the earlier games. I think it was maybe 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, that's why I was saying I want it.
You want it again?
Again.
Just fucking...
Oh, that's a good idea.
Stop touching me! It's a breach of our corporate deal.
I forgot our contract.
Yeah.
I forgot that it
Sorry.
It said, "Do not touch the Magic Man." He referred to
Especially
himself
on
as,
his knee.
He referred to himself as the Magic Man.
I am the Magic Man.
He comes from far away.
It's rather impressive, actually.
What?
Never mind.
What is?
Me coming from far away.
God.
Anyway, what were you trying to tap me on the knee emphatically about?
I don't know, because now I'm wondering why you have a problem with physical contact.
We were discussing Guitar Hero Live and Carry On My Wayward Son.
Did you think I was going to touch you again?
I thought you were going to punch me.
I will.
Okay.
Shit. Oh, okay. It's a good money making idea for them to bring out DLC of every playlist of all the previous Guitar Heroes.
I would be surprised if they did not do that.
Yeah.
It's fucking Activision.
Right? Oh yeah, I forgot what company we're talking about.
Yeah. That's the thing, because the developers, it's a new developer. As far as I'm aware, I don't know what happened to, was it Red Cat Studios, something like that?
I don't know. It was probably Red Cat, yeah.
Yeah, they probably died, I don't know.
Well, to be fair, I mean, it's not like we keep up with studios that much.
No, unfortunately not anymore.
We just look at video games and we're like, video games.
We just look at publishers now, because that's all that matters.
Is this...
Oh, it's EA, it's gonna be shit. Oh, it's Ubisoft, it's gonna attack me with DLC.
Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Ubisoft.
But yeah, it's just, what's surprising is, I'm honestly really surprised that it's announced, because it's the first time I can think of in a while that a game has been cancelled and then revived so quickly.
How long has it been since
it was
the last
cancelled,
Guitar Hero game?
I want to say either 2010, 2011.
Wow.
So it's been like 4 or 5 years.
Interest has probably died out a lot from it.
But that's the thing, because from what I see, it's actually, like, the break, if anything, did it good. Because it jumped back up as soon as it announced. Because I saw, like, I don't have many friends on Facebook, granted.
Aww.
But, like, a good, 10 or 20 people just like, oh my god, I want this now.
Nathan just openly said on the internet he doesn't have very many friends.
I don't care. I'm open about that. You are one of my many friends. But you're not allowed to touch me still. But no butts, especially not on the butts.
I don't want to touch you on the butt.
Good, because that's also in the contract. No butt touching.
What? I would never have signed a contract that said no butt touching. So,
is that against your? Is that against your?
Clear bullshit now.
Is that against your union?
Yes.
The Union of Canadian Roberts.
Oh my god. What are we even talking about anymore?
A Guitar Hero, apparently.
Okay.
But yes,
onto the butt touching. I mean, Guitar Hero.
I've always been a big fan of Guitar Hero, but again, it did not surprise me at the time that it was cancelled, because Guitar Hero 5 came out and it was alright. It had some pretty good songs on there, though not particularly any massively difficult ones on there. And Guitar Hero 6 Warriors of Rock came out with pretty much no fanfare and apparently didn't do very well.
Yeah.
And, so they just went, well, fine, fuck it, we're not doing it anymore. Which, still saddened me, because it was a good game. But, now Rocksmith exists, which I play very often, which is basically Guitar Hero, but you play with actual instruments. Rock Band's still around, surprisingly.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's still releasing games, weirdly.
Oh, they've been filling a hole that Guitar Hero left.
Yeah,
in our
but I haven't been buying it. Not from me not wanting to, but it just, peripherals I don't think peripherals are such a big thing anymore.
Nah.
Like, ever since Guitar Hero was cancelled, I can't really think of any games that came out with a peripheral that, the only sort of peripheral that I can think of that people bought is the Oculus Rift.
Yeah.
But that's because it's a big, expensive toy.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
I want virtual reality now, and I want it to be good.
Yeah, well, from what I hear, it is good as it is. It's just not cheap.
Yeah.
And, no one really wants to develop for it. And you can't wear it for more than half an hour, otherwise you will vomit everywhere.
Oh, it's so disappointing.
Well, motion sickness is not something you're going to be able to overcome with that sort of thing, unfortunately.
But what I'm finding quite nice, though, is the fact that so many companies are currently working on a virtual reality headset.
Yeah.
Because
you've got...
competition makes things get better.
Sony has Project Orpheus. I think Valve have even announced that they're making one.
And Nintendo is.
Are they? Wow.
We talked about that on the last
Yes,
podcast.
We did, didn't we? Whoops. No, you mentioned it and I went, yeah.
Hello, my name is Nathan, and I have very poor memory.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Sure.
What was that? What's your name again?
What?
Huh?
What are we talking about?
You're not even paying attention, you motherfucker.
But yeah, virtual realities, it's something I've never honestly experienced, so I can't say whether I'd be excited by it or not. It looks exciting, but obviously we have the implications of, as I mentioned, the motion sickness, which I don't really have a big issue with motion sickness as usual, but I can't imagine that being a fun thing to have to deal with. Because, usually if I play a video game, it is either a case of, right, I have like half an hour spare, I'll put on something quick, or I have nothing to do today, fuck it, I'm going to go run around on fire in Saints Row 2.
Yeah. I never play video games for like a short while. Whenever I play video games, I need to be sat down and go in for the long haul.
That's the thing, because I have games specifically for that sort of thing. Like, if I'm on my break at work, which we're not allowed to play games or use our phones during breaks or whatever, but I don't care. It was like, okay, well, I've got 10 minutes. I'll play Super Hexagon on my phone, which is the only mobile game I've paid for. because it's a super fucking great game.
I played this game called AA, and it's really quite...
AA?
AA.
Expand. Physically.
Oh, right, yes. It's this game where you have a small dot with lines sticking out of it.
Right.
And then you have... It's like a pin cushion, and then you have your own pins, and you stick them into the rotating circle, and you need to avoid touching any of the other pins already put in.
Right.
And as you progress in levels, you get more pins to stick in, and the timing of how fast the circle moves changes, adding extra bits of difficulty.
Oh, sorry, he was playing it and he failed.
Yeah, so I'm on level 27 now.
Jesus.
And
does level 1 literally start with beep?
No, it slowly moves, and you have I don't know, 5, and it's like, place pins into
place pins into the swirly swirly.
Into the swirly swirly.
Into the swirly swirly.
Indeed.
But yeah, that looks fine. Mobile games, it's not really something that I'm into.
Yeah, this is the first mobile game I've downloaded on my phone in a couple of years. I've just not been interested in it. It's never held my attention.
Well, like I said, Super Hexagon's the only game that I've actually paid money for. If the only other mobile game that I have 2 other games, and both of them were free. I have Piano Tiles, which is essentially kind of like a tap-tap type thing where you've got to tap the black squares as they scroll towards you, and but it gets faster, you got to speed up, and it hurts the thumbs, but it's awful fun, terribly designed. Because you'll be playing and halfway through, an ad will pop up in the middle of the screen, you press it.
Ugh.
And it's like, well, fuck you. Other than that, I have Sudoku, because I am an old woman.
Do you play Sudoku?
I know how to play Sudoku, and that's what's important.
That's my problem. I don't know how to play... Well, I mean, I know the basics of Sudoku. I know that no one number is supposed to repeat in the same line, but after that, I lose interest.
It really does kill 10 minutes if you're bad at it.
I don't have the staying power, because I look at it, and when I'm like... I don't know what fucking goes in this, so I throw it on the floor and I'm like, fuck Sudoku.
I will only ever play digital Sudoku because you don't have to deal with erasing whenever you fuck up.
Yeah.
Which is always fun. Other than that, I used to play Flappy Bird, I will admit that. I played that for a month for, fuck this is boring, and then deleted it, and then the next day, it was taken off the store, phones are selling for $80,000, you motherfucker.
Hilarious. I can't believe people would have paid the internet is a fucking ridiculous place. This
is something that I was dealing with recently. As soon as something becomes, as soon as something becomes out of manufacture or, simply discontinued, people raise the fucking prices. Because I broke my iPod recently because I drop them 5 times an hour.
Right.
The only ones I use are the iPod Classic because I just find the design of them so simple and easy to use. I don't want to have to faff around with a fucking iPod Touch because that will break the first time I look at it. And iPod Nanos, that's the thing, because the iPod Touch is the only ones nowadays that actually have enough memory for me to use, because I do use 30, 60 gigabytes of memory, but that's because I have so many fucking podcasts I listen to. Including our own. I do enjoy listening to ourselves.
I listen to our own podcast, but I
yeah.
I don't know why. It's actually the first time I've ever watched something listened back to something that I'm in and actually enjoyed, because I used to do YouTube videos and vlogs and whatever, and I couldn't fucking even watch those. No. But I'll listen to these because I actually quite like them.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, as I was saying, the iPod Classics have been they've ceased manufacturing of them. And the last one I bought, I think, was the one that I had that broke recently was a 40 giga, and I had no issue. I found it £50, I think it was. Right. And it was a fair price for it. It was a bit expensive in my eyes. I looked again. The same one was going for £120. Ooh. I was lucky to find one on eBay that no one was really paying attention to. It was a 60 gigabyte one that I got for, I think it was £51.
Yeah.
Which was, a fair deal. But yeah, I was looking at others and they were selling for £80, £70. It was just a bit much for me, so I'm really happy to have gotten what I was. Speaking of shopping on the internet, let me tell you about the trials and tribulations I had with locating a PlayStation 3.
Many trials, many tribulations.
Yeah, that's another quote from last week.
It is.
You've been listening. And,
Oh, fuck.
Okay, so, as some of you may be aware, I make YouTube videos. Thank you. Yeah, one of the things, because I have a Let's Play series. It's currently on a bit of a hiatus at the moment. You know, no surprise there.
More to come later.
Yes, no announcement being made about that yet, not until we have anything definite. Yeah, I wanted to locate a PS3, specifically the 60GB version, the original 60GB, because that one is the one that can play PS2 games. And, you know, that would make it easier to record PS2 games, because the previous software that I used when recording with Jace would not recognise PlayStation 2 as a games console, despite the fact it clearly is.
Obviously.
Okay, so the first one I bought, I think I managed to get it for like 70 quid off Amazon, used in acceptable condition. Mm-hmm. Got it home, worked perfectly fine for the first hour.
Uh-oh.
And then an issue arose.
Oh, God.
Which I googled. Basically, what happened was, I'll describe this to you as best as I could.
Okay.
Essentially, a green haze started to cover the screen, and it became very pixelated, and the console crashed, but stuck on that sort of screen. I was like, that's weird. Restarted it, started, does it again.
Right.
Except it's not in the middle of the game, just does it almost instantaneously. Try like 3 times, fuck, it's broken. Don't play it for a couple of days. Request a refund from Amazon. They accept. I get the packaging. I turn it on again to make sure. I'll make sure I've deleted all my stuff. Works perfectly fine. Well, shit. Well, I'm going to send this back anyway. Let them know what's wrong. I'll just play a little bit of a game. You know, an hour again, crashes again.
Yeah.
I Google search this issue, and I could only find 3 other cases of this happening to other people.
Bizarre.
That's weird. And 2 of the results, you know, obviously it goes back to forums dating 2007 or some shit like that.
Yeah, because
of someone, you know, of the original post saying, "Hey, this issue arose. Does anyone know how to fix it?" What the next reply was, try cleaning it of dust. Next reply was the original user saying, "Oh, I tried that, didn't work." You know, 2 years pass, another reply. Someone asks, "Oh, did you manage to fix this?" And the user reply, "Sorry, I just bought a new one." That's pretty much the result of each of them.
Yeah.
Apart from one of them where one guy said, "Oh, what you got to do is you got to dismantle the entire PS3. You got to locate the graphics card. You got to get your soldering iron. You got to reattach this bit." No.
I don't want to break it.
The shady thing is, because I sent it back with a letter to the supplier basically saying, "Hey, you might want to give this some extensive testing because, you know, it doesn't necessarily happen straight away. You might find that it may take a couple of hours for it to actually happen, but this is a serious issue." Mm-hmm. I checked, I went back looking for another one. They were selling it again.
The same one?
Same one, same price, same description, same acceptable. I was like, ooh, you jammy bastards.
That's terrible.
That's terrible. Yeah, but next one, I bought one off of eBay. Slightly more expensive. I think I got it for 80 quid, and it came with a controller this time, so, you know, the extra price was worth it, I found. It arrived. They sent the wrong one. They sent an 80 gig instead of a 60 gig, so I couldn't play PS2 games on it.
Right.
So I had to send that one back, ordered another one off of Amazon. This one was nearing £100.
Right.
So I paid for that, you know, sat down, waited for it to arrive. The next day, I get an email from Amazon saying, "Oh, they've refunded you the PS3 because they don't have it in stock." Fucking fantastic. The next one I could find was unfortunately a bit more expensive than that. I shan't go into it. But I got one, a working one, in the end. So that's all that matters. 4 fucking attempts to find a working PlayStation 3 60GB that could play PS2 games. That is more effort than it's worth, frankly.
Nathan Woodward, how much did you spend on that PS3?
I am not telling you. Honestly, I don't think it was... I actually think it was about 90 quid in the end. So okay. It wasn't too bad. But it's more than you should expect from a 10-year-old fucking console.
Oh my god.
Because I've been to, every other PS3 I can find for 50, 60 quid.
Yeah.
For some reason, the 60GB, because it was discontinued so early, is so impossible to find a working one. And it's just, why does no one support backwards compatibility anymore?
Because they're money-hungering fuckwits.
It's so unfortunate, because I love backwards compatibility. I didn't want to fucking hassle with a SCART lead when the HDMI cable is already plugged in. Sony, Microsoft...
Right? Fucking...
Nintendo knows where it's at. The bitches. Oh, sorry, that's my anger for the day. Okay, one thing I do want to talk about is as I mentioned at the top of the show, I moved like the day after the last podcast was released. And Robert, have you ever had concussion?
I think I might have once. I ran into when I was like 12. I think I ran into this boy while playing basketball, and my head legit like boom on the floor.
Ow!
Like my eyes went black. Like
yeah,
because I was like, "Ow, what the fuck." So yeah, I think that might have been a concussion, but who knows?
It's terrible. Because basically, when I was moving, I cracked my head pretty hard, the back of my head pretty hard against the a support beam in the flat I was living in. Because you know it had like 45-degree angles in the bedroom. Yeah, cracked the back of my head on the back of those. On the day, it didn't affect me because I used to be on the bottom bunk of a bunk bed, so I was used to smacking my head.
Right.
At the time, just like, ow, that fucking hurt, but fair enough. I'll continue with my day. Over the course of, I'd say, about a week, the left side of my head had this really horrible burning, itching sensation going through it.
Okay, no, I have not been concussed.
Terrible. No, apparently that wasn't the concussion.
All right.
It felt terrible, and I was scratching at it, and it just wouldn't be like the itching wouldn't be satiated.
Yeah.
I think like exactly a week after I'd hit my head, I woke up and there was like this terrible radiating pain from where I'd hit my head.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like a constant like you are dying sensation. But I feel like every 30 seconds, someone just walked up behind me, like took a hammer and a chisel, just went clonk on the back of my head, and it fucking hurt to the point where I had to leave work early. It was knocking me out, and I was feeling woozy and all sorts of shit. And I went to the doctor, and apparently, I had hit my head hard enough to it broke some of the membrane, like in the skull, and I'd actually bled through it, and which caused tiny little lumps that grew to nasty sizes called hematomas. I had hit my head so hard, I had called myself concussion and a hematoma, and I didn't even notice for the first week.
Fucking...
And yeah, that's my story of, oh, I'm so tough, I didn't even notice when I was concussed.
Nathan!
But no, it's not a pleasant sensation, because I would be combing my hair and I would catch this and it would kill me.
Are you alright now?
I'm fine now, yeah, there's nothing there, there's no soreness or anything. It's a bit like of a numb pain whenever I touch it roughly, but yeah, I'm fine now. It's just apparently the burning itching sensation was just me bleeding into my membrane, so that was fun. But honestly,
so there's no long-term problem from your brain bleeding.
No, the only like real issue I noticed, like other than the pain, was that I was really struggling with words and sentences. Like basically I'd be talking to you normally, but I struggle to find the words. Like I'd be talking like that. Like it would take me like an extra couple of seconds to figure out how to say a sentence.
Right.
But yeah, that's all over. As far as I'm aware, there's no long-term damage, and everyone can feel sympathetic for me now. Everyone should send me chocolates and pats and their signed copies from Neil Leeson of Tekken 2.
How can they give you pats when you don't like human contact?
It's fine when it's head pats, I guess. That's okay, because there's hair in between there that protects me from the germs and the mind control. You don't know the powers of my hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
How dare you even imply that I have germs?
Oh no, I forgot that you live in a fucking bubble.
I do.
We shan't talk about the fact that when I met you today, you were leaning outside of a Cafe Nero in public.
I'm sorry.
Germs everywhere. How dare you, disgusting potty-mouthed little boy. This episode's been an emotional roller coaster, frankly. There.
Don't touch me.
I'm sorry. I thought the contract only applied to me.
No.
Okay. I've forgotten everything that we were talking about.
You would, wouldn't you? You self-centered fuck.
Yeah. So we talked about me moving and me being concussed. That's all I wanted to talk about, me. We've only got like 10 minutes left, so I don't really think we're going to be talking for long about it. Let's talk about Mortal Kombat X, which has upset everyone in the world, I think.
It's just a testament to why you shouldn't buy games when they're first released.
Because, frankly, I've not heard so much about the fact of it not working. That's something that you're bringing to it. I've heard more about the dodgy DLC practices.
Okay, because I haven't heard about dodgy DLC.
So, that's good. We can
share.
I think one of the DLCs they offer is easy fatalities. Now that wouldn't be so bad if it's just a case of like, oh sure, now from now on you press triangle and square and something, and then you get easy fatalities. They're consumable. It's like it will be like, oh sure, you pay us $2 and you get 10 easy fatalities, and then you can buy some more at the end of that.
Right.
That is sleazy as fuck.
That is awful.
Which it just going back to mobile games, because a lot of them sort of practice free to play.
Yeah.
Where do you stand on like DLC practices? When does it cross the line from being acceptable to outrageous in your mind?
What you just told me is outrageous.
Yeah.
The thing that bothers me is that if that game was released maybe 20 years ago, that would be a secret. Like, you'd input...
you'd find a cheat.
Yeah, you'd input a cheat in the title screen and that'd be free.
Mm.
Like, that's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like that whole thing with Dead Rising 2, like big head mode, like different graphics and stuff, like being sold as DLC.
Ugh.
It's just, I find it a bit disgusting, frankly.
It's not right. Like,
no.
Especially, like, that's something I would expect from a mobile game that's trying to capture your interest and take your money.
The art of cheats really seems to have gone downhill, which
it's not a thing that's widely used in games anmaximum since Shovel Knight. All right, I know that Shovel Knight did it.
I
Fuck
know.
off.
Like Grand Theft Auto, one of the biggest things you could do in that is like, right, I'm maxing out all of my ammo, like infinite health, and I'm just going to go on a fucking rampage. Grand Theft Auto 5. The cheats for that were weird. It's like, I think the one I used, like, it would give you all of the weapons, but it would give you no ammo for it, and you wouldn't be able to unlock the ammo for it.
That's stupid.
Yeah, I think that's one thing I felt, but
you couldn't get the ammo unless you had 5 easy payments of $10.99 directly wired into their bank accounts.
Weirdly, with games like Grand Theft Auto 5 and Saints Row 2, for some reason I don't want to use cheats in those games. The only one I've used for Saints Row 2 was like a clear weather cheat, because one of the missions required you to shoot things from a helicopter, and it was a storm, and the weather was stormy, so you couldn't see jack or shit. So I thought, no, fuck this. But yeah, just when it comes to DLC, just the practices nowadays seem very
sleazy,
because it leans towards the idea of mobile games, as we say, they have the Candy Crush, like, oh, you pay us $10 a month and you can get extra things, but that's those games are free.
Yeah,
but when you're paying, what was it, 50, 60 quid nowadays for a game?
for a video game, everything better fucking be unlocked.
Yeah, when you're paying 60 quid. And they cry about, oh, but we're not making enough money from the game. It's like, well, where the fuck is the money going to then? Yeah. I mean, I know the publisher's taking a cut. The stores aren't even making that much money from it, from what I hear.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is the rest of your money going to? And if you mention the fact that graphics are too expensive to withhold nowadays, then stop having such fancy fucking graphics, Square Enix. I know what you're doing.
Don't fight Square Enix.
No, fuck
My
you.
babies. They're just misunderstood. They're idiots.
Like, a lot of Square Enix blamed, like, the fact they had to make such fancy graphics, or the fact they cut down, like, several hours of gameplay, which is a long enough game, but, if they're cutting out several hours of gameplay to fit it on a disc because you have such fancy graphics, tone down the graphics. They're not that important.
Yeah.
Honestly. I've got a 4K television now. And,
look, humble brag.
Humble brag. I've got a very nice television now.
There we are.
We've played, Final Fantasy 15 and Type 0 on there, and, it looks pretty, but it doesn't matter in the end. Make your game good, and then make the graphics, the priority afterwards. Mm. They shouldn't be first and foremost the priority, because people don't come to you for good games. E3's coming, we're going to see a fucking lot of this, of, games advertising, beautiful graphics here and there. You see it all the fucking
and it's
time.
Like, show me some fucking gameplay!
Not even that, but when they come out, they're not even that good looking.
Yeah.
But they claim, oh, the graphics, we had to make them look good so that you could get extra good gameplay. I don't give a shit. It's like, Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain, like, the whole studio behind that, I'm not going to slag off the game, honestly. But David Cage, the creative mind behind that... David Cage, the Frenchman. Basically, he's a weird fellow. Like, he seems to think that polygons in faces equal emotions. Like, the characters we have in Beyond Two Souls have 10,000 polygons in their faces. Therefore, you can see so many emotions. And it's just...
You have done this impression before.
I know, and it's a terrible impression. It's not even my own personal impression of him, but that doesn't matter. It's just he doesn't want out of video games what everyone else wants out of video games. He wants to make them pretty and shallow.
Yeah,
is all I would describe them. Anyway, you haven't talked about Life is Strange yet. You should talk about Life is Strange.
I don't know if the third one's been released yet because I haven't been on my laptop in a month.
One thing, did you finish the second episode?
I did.
One thing, I'll quickly talk about this. It sparked controversy, at least in the circles that I
did you look at something that's about Life is Strange?
Yes, I did. Well, it was more thrust upon me, and I sort of go, that's a thing.
Okay.
I'm not going to go too much into it. I'll spoil a little bit and say it's about... You essentially have to condole a character who's attempting to commit suicide.
Yes.
And this has caused a bit of controversy because basically the character lives or dies based on your actions.
Yeah.
And it's a very emotional and tough scene to watch depending on which way it goes.
When I watched it, because the way that I played all of Life is Strange up to that point, I would lock myself in a dark room and play with headphones in so that I was just in the story for the long haul, and I would do everything. I looked at every single thing. All of Kate's scenes were really hard for me. It was because up until then I had been perfectly happy playing the game, and then it got to this first scene in the beginning of episode 2 with Kate, and it just is that
the one we're talking about?
No, this is where she's quite depressed, and this is where she asks you if she should go to the police and stuff, and it's a big choice that obviously impacts everything.
Yeah.
And I just felt so upset. And then especially getting to the climax of that episode where it went to that, and I was like, oh shit. Luckily I saved her life, so. Yeah.
Basically the upset that I've heard about it is that it is this horrible emotional scene, especially if it goes wrong for you.
Yeah.
And from what I've seen, there are people who have gone through that situation and have had it gone badly.
Yeah.
And then to have it followed up with, you didn't save them. 84% of players did. This is what they did. That is not a smooth thing to do, guys.
But what? At the end of the day, it's still a vidgam.
It is a video game, and it's just I feel like the scenario could have been handled better, but I don't think it's through any sort of
it's not
insensitivity.
Exactly, but it's. If you play to the game how you should, and you looked at everything, and which I did, I was quite proud of myself because I quoted one of Kate's favorite Bible passages because I actually looked at her Bible when I was in her room, and it's just simple things like that. So
don't spoil it, by the way.
Well, sorry, but I quoted her Bible passage.
This is the Life is Strange walkthrough, part 2. Be sure to read the Bible.
but I quoted her Bible passage at her, and she was like, "Oh, I didn't know you knew."
I didn't know you were a big fan of the J-Man.
Didn't know you. you were such a good friend. Whatever, blah blah blah. And then so I managed to talk her down from the ledge, but I was looking at everything, and I was like, I would be torn up if she actually killed herself. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I mean it's honestly it's a credit to the game that it could make you that invested.
Yeah,
honestly.
I was very emotionally invested.
We have joked before about how it's been written by 35-year-old men who don't know what teenagers do, but if an emotional scene makes you emotional, then good on the game.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. What I'm interested in is how the game would play out if she actually did, because in mine, obviously, from now on, Kate's going to be alive, but I'd like to see what it would be if... I'd like to see what the third episode does if Kate died.
I was going to quickly look up to see whether Life is Strange 3 had been released yet, because otherwise we're going to seem very much not in the loop.
Yeah, because if it's been released, I'm immediately going home and getting my laptop out of a box and playing through the entire thing.
No, that's fine. We'll do that after the podcast. Robert,
Hello.
Where can we find you in these dark depths of the internet? Not that you actually have access to it because you're homeless now.
No, I have access to the internet, but I just don't have access to my laptop.
Fair enough. It's in a box somewhere.
It's in a box.
Okay.
But alas, you can find me on Twitter at Robert Has a Vlog. You can find me on Instagram at with the same username. You got an email from Hot Topic.
No, I didn't get an email from Hot Topic. That's DeviantArt telling me there's one Hot Topic message for me.
Oh, I got you. But yes, so Twitter, Instagram, you don't really need any other places. So yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, and from myself, I will advertise the fact of you can follow the podcast at Antisocial PCast, I believe. Yeah, it's at Antisocial PCast on Twitter. You can follow myself, not that I tweet anything, at 92NW. No, that's my old username. Ignore that. It's at WhoDatNate on Twitter. Or you can follow the YouTube channel for myself, which is Whoneedsquality. Hopefully some big things coming to that within the future. I won't say the near future, because I'm not going to make any promises at this point. And you can also find the podcast, which is antisocialgamerpodcast.libsyn, that's libsyn.com. You can find all the podcasts there, or you can find us on iTunes. And all that is remained to say is thank you very much for listening. And we hope to see you within 2 weeks' time.
Also, shout out to the fan mail I got.
Oh yeah, shout out to the one guy who we don't know who actually listens to this show. Thank you very much for enjoying us.
Yeah, thank you for sending me that message as well. I thought it was really sweet.
It honestly warms our hearts and makes us considering looking at each other to actually record this podcast more than monthly.
Yeah.
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 You may have single-handedly made us forced our hands and make us upload regularly.
Didn't I ask you? Didn't I say to you that we should record this before he emailed you?
Yes, you did actually.
Okay.
Yeah, you did.
All right. Bye.
Bye.